Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to our class. So we are going to use Moodle primarily. In the past, I've also used my language labs, which I am going to have you guys get a subscription to. But I'm not going to use my language labs as much as I did in the past. I have decided to move most of the activities that I use into Moodle. So this is our Moodle course. There's a start here block. This video right here introduces you guys to me. This one introduces you to our class altogether. This one shows you that you have a couple, if you've done an online class before, which hopefully most of you have, then you know you have usually these assignments. These won't count towards your grade, but you have to complete an assignment on or before the census date, which is June the 1st. Otherwise, you'll be reported as a no-show and removed from the class. So this verify your enrollment and academic integrity quiz are two assignments that you need to complete by the 1st, just so you can be counted in the class. This video right here tells you how to set yourself up in My Language Labs, which is the third-party software that we're going to use. And this tells you how to set yourself up in My Language Labs if you used it before and your code is still good. So this is since this is a 111 class, most of you probably have not already taken it unless for whatever reason you decided to drop it and then retake it this summer. So if you have not ever taken my Spanish using My Language Labs, then you're going to need to watch this video. If you're someone who had to drop the class for whatever reason, but you know that your code is still good, then you'll watch this one and it'll tell you how to set yourself up. I have given you guys access to a 2-week temporary access code. So if you click on this link, it will take you to a code that you can use to set yourself up in My Language Labs. This is the code right here, but it will only last for 14 days. So in that 14-day period, you need to actually purchase your own access code. And then this video will tell you how to set yourself up when you get your code if you've used the 2-week access code, because basically when you're using the 2-week access code, you will have set up like a login and a username and a password, and you want to use that same username and password when you buy your new code, so that all of your work is in the same place. Otherwise you would have 2 accounts, and that will make things complicated, and it'll be like impossible to grade your stuff. So just make sure that if you do use the 2-week code that you watch this video when it's time to get set up. Okay, so I've set each, I'll try to go as quickly as possible. We are 8 weeks, so I've set up each block as a week. The assignments, except for the first week, are going to always be due on Thursday. The first week I think I made it due on Saturday because we start in the middle of the week. And there is going to be quite a bit of work because basically what we're doing is 2 weeks in one. So each week will tell you what we're going to be studying. When you open it up, there should be a video that introduces you to each week. I am going to leave the weeks open. However, I have been redoing my site, so my videos may not all be current. If you're working way in advance, I'm going to try to do 2 at a time. So I suggest not working more than 2 weeks in advance. If you do, you may not be getting the right information because I won't have my video. I don't have the videos that far out yet. So anyway, this video will introduce you to the class so you can watch it, or to the week, so you know what you have to do for the week. I'll always tell you what pages to study, what you should be learning while completing, after you complete the assignments, what skills and knowledge you should have acquired. I'll give you a due date, and then I'll give you various assignments in here. For the first week, you'll have to do a little discussion forum on your syllabus where you just are going to read your syllabus and tell me if you have any questions or concerns. Every week, you'll have another forum that is a class participation forum, and I basically just want you to tell me, it's just a check-in, to tell me how things are going, if you have any questions or concerns about material that's been covered in the class. And if you don't have any questions or concerns, it's still a grade. You'll need to post I have no questions or concerns. Then you're going to have a homework assignment, and this is what I've changed. Normally I would send you guys out into My Language Labs, but I have decided to move these assignments into Moodle, and this is partly, oh, whoops. Okay. Okay. So it's going to say that it's a quiz. It's just because it's a feature in Moodle. It's called a Moodle quiz, but it is not counted as a quiz. It's actually a homework grade. I'm going to have you open it up. And I think right now I have it set for 1 attempt. I'm going to make these have 2 attempts. So, and I am not going to go through and manually look at these. So after the first attempt, it'll give you the right answer. So to get the best grade possible, you'll want to go in and redo it again, making your answers be the correct ones. And if you have any questions about things that you missed, then I suggest reaching out to me. But what I've done is I've put everything in one place. So instead of having, well, probably none of you had a class with me before, but I used to put all of my instructional videos in one place and then the homework was in another place. But what I've done here is here's the instructional video. Okay, so I'll ask you to watch an instruction video. Then you'll see the assignment. Then I have a video that will tell you how to do the assignment, and then there'll be an assignment, okay? And it'll go this will be for everything that's covered in week 1. So you'll have an explanation of the assignment, and then I'll try to have a video that explains to you how to do each assignment. And like I said, you will have 2 chances to do it, and it's going to give you the right answer as you're going through. So just make sure you change your answer so that you have the right answer, so you get the correct amount of points. And if you struggle with anything, then reach out to me. And when you're done, you're going to hit finish attempt, and it will come to me. Of course, I'm going to get a 0 for that one because I didn't do it. Okay, so each week is going to look like that. There'll be an assignment. I'll probably have the assignment most of the times up at the top because it's usually, I think it's best that you look at the videos before you tell me if you have any questions or concerns. And then you may have some other things like cultural assignments. You may have oral dialogues. You may have tests, but for the most part, it's all set up the same where you're introduced to what you have to do. You've got the class participation form, you've got your assignment, and then you've got some sort of assessment. I'm not going to go through each type because that's what these videos are for. So remember to check the video at the top of each week because that's where I will go over the assignments for that week. And if you understand how to do some stuff, then you can skip through the video, but just make sure that you look at what you need to be looking at. Trying to think if there's anything else. Now, I'm not sure why these guys are at the bottom. If they usually are on the side. I don't know if they'll probably get moved to be on the right-hand side. But so one, you'll see in a sidebar that's supposed to go over to the side, you'll see our book. You can buy the book, but of course it comes with your access to my language labs. Here's your syllabus. I have it in 2 formats. The grading criteria. You can look at the grading criteria. That is a rubric that I use to score your writing and your speaking, but usually that rubric is embedded in those assignments, so you don't have to pull it up separately if you don't want to. When we get to those assignments, you'll see it there. The course calendar just tells you what we're doing week by week, and essentially I just took it straight from here, so you can also just look in Moodle. And then this is like if you needed, since we're online, if you needed a face-to-face meeting, we could use Microsoft Teams. We could also set up a Zoom meeting. You just need to let me know. The other sidebar has links to tutoring and technical support. This is the phone number you would use to call my language labs, but I don't think that's going to be an issue because, like I said, I've moved all of our assignments out of there into Moodle so that the only thing you're going to get from my language labs is going to be your book. Here's our course code, which you'll need to set yourself up in my language labs. I also have a link for putting, if you use the e-text, for how you can get it on an Android or an iPad. This talks about how to make accent marks because when you are in Moodle and you're doing an assignment for you, you'll probably need to do accent marks. And then this is the codes that you use when you set your computer into, you set up your Spanish computer. And I think that is pretty, then there's also, this is my information, which should also be on the side as well. There is my name, my blog, PowerPoints that I use to teach. You can go and look at those. Since we're a face-to-face class, we're an online class, I probably won't be using those, but you're welcome to look at them. There's my phone number. My office hours are going to be up by appointment only. You could also text me using Reminds. I've given you the code for that. And I've told you we can use Microsoft Teams if we need to meet, and that's pretty much everything. So just let me know if you have any questions or concerns about the class, either via Remind, or we could have a meeting. You can call, you can email, any of those will work.